Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air.
Everybody, and
Game on.
welcome to today's match. Morocco against Brazil. Everyone, please welcome the two sides.
Strains of the national anthem of Brazil. Andreas Pereira has been included in the starting lineup. Does he have a key role to play here, Jim?
Well, Peter, we're talking about a great engine here. You think there's two or three of them on the pitch because of the sheer amount of ground he'll cover. 1 minute he's breaking up a counter-attack in the opposition half, and the next he's making a tackle just outside his own box. The kind of player who does all the ugly work.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
And we're underway. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. He's found a way through. He is through here. Deftly away.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That is a great pick out. Bruno claims comfortably.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there, you know.
And the shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Matheus Cunha. He's a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Header comes in! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. It's their second corner of the game. Adley attempts a clearance. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And now they can spring out of defence. Takes a shot! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Morocco are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Nicely worked. Bruno breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Morocco really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Foot in. And here's Adley. He's got away. Adley.
Such good technique.
Danilo does well to get it back. Mazraoui is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Now that's well seen too. Engages and forces him off the ball. Aguirre gets across to intercept that. Well read, nice interception. That is good alertness. He's looking wide. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And the shot! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Ronaldinho is onto this. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Gabriel, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Ronaldinho. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Aguirre. Amrabat. And it's Diaz. Hakimi. Now then, the ball's come loose. He has found the way through. Serginho did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Serginho. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's made its way to him. Brahim Diaz.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And here's Rafinha. Tries to pass it through. Shapes to shoot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Brazil certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
He's picked his... Matches Cunha! In he goes again! And it's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Brazil are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And the finish! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Hakimi. And that is the end of the first half.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Brazil are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. And so the action is resumed. He's having a pop!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Defending was strong and firm. Mazraoui. And Amrabat. Can he get it through? And he should have made them pay.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hakimi. Unahi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's a promising position. He's dealt with that really well. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many.
That could spell trouble. He's shifting through the gears here. It's Ronaldinho! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So, third corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. He'll try from distance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
A couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Hakimi.
The attendance for this match was 80,113.
And it's Amrabat. Spread it left. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's Adley. Oh, that's fabulous. Chance! And he's stuck it away. That was easy, almost too easy.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Morocco cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Unahi. Brazil suddenly appear frail.
Yes, from comfort zone to a stage of uncertainty, perhaps, and they can't drift into a carelessness or
Rafinha! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
For Morocco, number 3,
Brazil get their fourth corner.
Coming on the field is
And that
number
should get
16.
the job done.
Substitution in progress.
Morocco are looking to go forward now. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional, and he's managed to get free. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And he's there to retrieve it. Hakimi. Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
There's the shot! And it's in! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
After 76 minutes.
Morocco making further changes here and in quick succession.
think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Number 25.
Brazil now in a position far more desirable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Out again for a throw-in. Now it's Rafinha, looking for options for movement. Danilo gets a cross in. Adli. And Unahi, passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, some astute defending there. Now it's Neymar. He shifted it to the flank. Ronaldinho has it out wide and in space. He's had a shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
It's a pretty loose pass. Andres Pereira. Nicely weighted ball.
João Pedro really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's João Pedro. A probing pass.
Nearly 3 minutes at a time.
And a chance! And he couldn't finish.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
And the number on the board is 3. And it's Hakimi. Adli. Quality ball. He's being urged to shoot. Goes for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And with that, the end. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. Heady ambitions here, ahead of a game of massive consequence. The objectives are clear. To miss out on them would be unthinkable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So things are underway. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Turns back here, probably the best option. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Played into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Neymar. And he plays one through. He's got away. Shot a goal! And that's another chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Brazil are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads, and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Tries to pass it through. Pass is just off target. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Just eases him off the ball. That's a cute ball. Floated through. Neither side yet able to find the net. It's a promising position. Nicely shaped cross. And it's claimed by the keeper. Rafinha. Threads one in. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he's picked it up out wide.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now, can they get him away? Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's destined for the flank. That's a shade optimistic. Danilo. And Rafinha. Rafinha makes a move down the right. Andreas Pereira. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Neymar! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. Big chance! Oh, the ball's... Oh, what has happened here? And the shot! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable... It's Neymar! Goal! Brazil! And they're back in front! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Half-time getting close now. Lovely, now then. Goes for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Now, that looks a decent ball. Deftly away. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. And he's managed to get free. And that's gone route one. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
Brazil ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. And we are back on the way. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get him.
Shoots! It's run loose, who's going to get there? That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Rafinha, and it's Andreas Pereira. Danilo. He has found the way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Good running, strong and purposeful. And claimed it back swiftly. Andreas Pereira has created one goal already. And he's forced to go back. Engages and forces him off the ball. And he was quick to react. So we've reached the hour mark.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look...
Andreas Pereira! A real chance and a real let-off.
Brazil really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
He's looking wide. Nicely weighted ball. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
No, no way through.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Aimed beyond the defence. He's found... And the shot! And there's a goal! top of his game, and he just knows it. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Brazil go up by 2 and are looking good.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Neymar being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, they've set out to man-mark him now, but this is an embarrassing example of too little too late.
And here's Ronaldinho. The referee's awarded a free kick. Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
No, that was never going to make it. He's found a way past. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's a lovely, neat pass. Might be... takes a shot! And no mistake! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Oh, he's all alone. He's had a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Brazil have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more...
Can he finish? Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
He's picked his way through. It's run loose here. And the keeper's given it away. There's the shot! And he hits the net. Drama at the death. Is there time for one more twist? And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Haiti give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
He's shifting through the gears here. And there goes the final whistle. Brazil can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. Well, certainly result-wise.
Well, we're becoming used to scenes just like this in this endless festival of football, pitting just about everybody against everybody. Interest levels very, very high. In fact, it's only increasing as games carry more and more significance. No question, everyone here is in the mood. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We are just getting started. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, for a defender, Peter, Andy Robertson's style of play is more akin to that of a wing-back or even a wide attacker. Time after time, you see him make those overlaps, those marauding runs, providing support, the essential piece in any team looking to play on the front foot.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. It's a good run he's making out on the left. He's being urged to shoot. He's having a shot! It's a pretty loose pass. Shapes to shoot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Brazil are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
McGinn. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Christie. Knocks it into space. Well, there weren't too many attacking options there. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Adams.
Scotland genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Oh, sweet feet. Played in by Robertson. Defending of the desperate variety. Danilo. Spread to the right. And he stands tall, impenetrable. He's picked his way through. Lovely bit of skill. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Danilo. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Adams. Andreas Pereira kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Threads one in. Goes for a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Ronaldinho goes short. And he shoots! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Robertson. And it's Robertson. Oh, good spread. Very nicely done. Nicely spread. It's a promising position. And the ball is out of play. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Well timed, excellent interception. Andreas Pereira. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get onto this? Good ball, good... And the shot! That was superb goalkeeping!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Header! But he's left disappointed.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Robertson. And it's Christie.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Rafinha. And here's Pereira. He's having a hit! Oh, that was no routine save.
Andreas Pereira actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Point-blank header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well. And the whistle goes for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
Just a quick announcement.
So we reached the halfway point.
Brazil really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now. Stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
And we get things going again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
It's a really well-measured ball.
Brazil clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Over to the other side. And it's Christie. Nice one too, very nice. Rafinha.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he's forced to go back to Marquinhos. Andreas Pereira. Now it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. McGinn. That's going wide left. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Turns back here, probably the best option. Well, this is certainly a game where the scoreline does not reflect the action. How it has stayed 0-0, nobody can quite understand. Oh, good-looking ball. Looking to play him in. That is a brilliant interception. McGinn. Gets a good foot in there. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Serginho calmly anticipates. Andreas Pereira. Looking for options for movement. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Serginho. Looking tidy in possession here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Gilmore. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Danilo. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's got away.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
That has ended up in no man's land. No luck with that dink over the top.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Gilmore. Played out towards the right wing.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Scotland choosing to make the first change. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
Number 10, number 19, coming on the field, number 24, number 22.
Shifted it to the flank. Opts for safety.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. McTominay. And it's Robertson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And Robertson. Irving. And that has been cut short. Just 5 minutes left. Now it's McGinn. That's tidy. Cross to the back post. Corner it is.
Substitution for Scotland. Number 7.
Scotland have opted to make another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Andreas Pereira attempts a clearance. And it's Christie. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Andreas Pereira.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
And it's Marquinhos. Played with speed from back to front. And that's that. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Hello everybody, and this is a quick reminder to let you know that you'll be able to catch today's match broadcast live on our club's FM station.
A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So straight into the action. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Rafinha knocks it into space. It's a goal kick. Has a look and plays it forward. Now there, can he finish? And it's come back out to him. Brazil take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Brazil have their opener. It is a goal of real significance. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Ronaldinho. Now, what about a counter-attack? It's a really well-measured ball. Space for him to turn and look. Has crossed into the middle. Goodmanson is there and he can get that clear. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Kulusevski. And it's made its way to him. Now it's Kulusevski. And it's Bergvall. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Out of play for a goal kick. Bergvall. Now it's Isak. Well read, nice interception. Rafinha chasing after it. Now it's Ronaldinho. Looking for a runner. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Goodmanson. Pressing high and with purpose. And Bergvall. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Neymar. And here's Rafinha. Shoots! And that's off target.
Brazil really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Lindelof. No, that's been intercepted. Danilo. Serginho. And it's Neymar. Shifted it to the flank. That's where it came from. It's come to nothing. Bergvall. Now Goodmanson. Bergvall. That's going wide left. And here's Isak. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he's quick to return it. And here's Isak. This looks promising. And it's played in. And got to be quick to recover this. Andreas Pereira. Neymar. Opts for safety. Andreas Pereira. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Elanga. That is ended up in no man's land. Driving forward, and here's Isak. In with the challenge. Andreas Pereira. Now it's Ronaldinho. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's a clever, towering header! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And it's Kulusevski. Bergvall. Played out to the left flank. Elanga.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
That is lovely. Bergvall. Rafinha has found the net here, of course. And they can counter here. And this is Ronaldinho. Rafinha. Oh, he's been caught napping! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And for the first half, that is that. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Brazil can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. Gets us going once more.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Bergvall is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
That's good running with the ball, and he's got away from it. Decent chance! He's got a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Brazil are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Neymar.
Brazil clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Now it's Isak. That's destined for the flank. Oh, that's well spotted. Isak. Distributed tidily. Andreas Pereira being hounded, manhandled at times.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it.
Played into space out wide. Ronaldinho picks it up out wide.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's East, and the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Impressive jump. That's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Spread it left. Ronaldinho. Turns back here, probably the best option. Bergvall. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Pass somewhat off target. To Elanga. Aimed beyond the defence. Serginho pokes it out wide.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Elanga. And it's Bergvall. Spread to the right. Now it's Kulusevski. Oh, good spread. Danilo. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played into the box. Defending of the desperate variety. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Bergvall. And that has put paid to that. Serginho. Andreas Pereira. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Gyökeres. Now it's Isak. Elanga receives it in a wide position. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Now it's Rafinha, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Can he get onto this? Cleared without hesitation.
Sweden really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Neymar. Gyökeres. Driving on and making good progress. He's through here. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Goodmanson. To Forsberg.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
And here's Isak. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Rafinha providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's really well cleared. And that will be the final act. Brazil have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Brazil really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
Senhoras e senhores, não estacionem do lado de fora do estádio. Agradecemos a cooperação.
A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We stand for the national anthem of France. Well, if that doesn't get the juices flowing, then nothing will.
Escalação do Brasil. Camisa 15, Neymar.
Well, we're on the way. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Ambitious ball here. And he's gone looking for safety. Rafinha does really well there, he is strong. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Elise, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in that position on the right-hand side. I don't want to see him moved anywhere else in the team because he's expert in that area. And I think the next phase in his career now is to start scoring more goals. He's already pretty proficient at that, but he's good enough to add many more goals to his game, and he could do some damage here too.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Dembele. Just eases him off the ball. He's a sharp little ball here. Tries to pass it through. Thinks about the shot. Real chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. But it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Tchouaméni did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cherki. So we're still where we started right now. Gets a good foot in there. And here's Neymar. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Cherki. Now it's Neymar. Brazil have reclaimed it. He's being urged to shoot. Dembele. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Probing pass. Rafinha picks it up out wide. Dembele. Conte. And it's Hernandez. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, what a mistake! Oh, that's fabulous. Great vision. Ball is over the line. And that's another throw. And it's Danilo. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Now it's Rafinha. Mbappe. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, some astute defending there. Vinicius Junior proves just a little bit too strong. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
There's a searching pass. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. And he's intervened well there. That's destined for the flank. That'll be a throw. Olise. Looking for the run. Dembele. Conte. Cherki. Not the most accurate pass. Neymar. Distributed tidily. He's in plenty of space here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, he's bustling through here. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. That's not going far. Serginho knocks it out wide. Aims beyond the defence. Mignon gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And he was quick to react. And it's Neymar. Dembele. Cherki. And it's Conte. Olise. Olise carries the ball down the right. And the ball is out of play. Andreas Pereira under intense pressure.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's being closed down first.
It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Chouameni, it's a really well-measured ball. It's a promising position. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Now it's Mbappe. Cherki. Rafinha. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Brazil have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Conte. And Cherki. Conte. Hernandez. Spread to the right for Olise. Cherki. Olise. Cherki. Cherki will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He's had it taken off him.
France appear determined to play through the middle again, and guess what? It's the same result.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 18. Sai para a entrada do jogador.
Saliba.
Camisa 20.
And
Teremos uma
Upamecano.
substituição.
So not long left in this now. It does seem we're headed for extra time here, unless, of course, there is one last dramatic twist. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It's a searching pass. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Brazil really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Chouameni. And it's Koundé. Can he get it through? Conte. Can he get on the end of this? And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
France really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on